Fox 10 Gulfstream. This is Next Weather.
Well, with temperatures remaining above average, and that's kind of an understatement today, we took a look at how these warm temperatures and the water temperatures are holding up compared to last year. It's been a big topic of discussion when it comes to the tropics. Meteorologist Michael White joins us with the latest. Hey, Michael.
Jason, it is hot. I know you know that. I know that. And all of our viewers know that. At least as you pointed out, we're going to see the heat levels coming down a bit after today is over. But still, the mugginess in the air is going to be with us all week. The water temperatures offshore have been very warm in the mid-80s. They've been a bit above average. In fact, that's what I'm going to talk about on this edition of Next Weather. We're going to go with Orange Beach, and we're going to look at the water temperature for Orange Beach, what it was last year, and we'll even go back a bit toward 2010. So here's the current water temperature offshore in Orange Beach. It's 86 degrees. That is pretty warm water offshore, especially for late June. This means that the water is going to feel unpleasantly warm, maybe a little too warm for any kind of activity, particularly if the weather is sunny. Now, the warmest water temperature we get is in August. The coldest water temperature we get is in February. August because it's had the whole summer to heat up, and February because it's had the whole winter to see the temperature drop. This is a glimpse at the month-by-month chart. This is just based on average monthly sea temperature at Orange Beach over the course of the year. And then here's a glimpse at where we are this year, where we were last year. Now, this only goes through the 23rd, so it goes through Sunday. Notice on Sunday, the water temperature was 85 degrees, but last year, on June 23rd, it was 81 degrees. So the water temperature was about 3 to 4 degrees cooler than it is this year. We're running well above average with our water temperatures offshore based on this year to last year. So let's go to 2010. Let's take this back even farther. So here's this year and here's 2010. 2010, we saw temperatures in our Gulf waters that were way warmer than this year. We were at 87 degrees, actually 89 degrees for June 23rd back in 2010. Very warm Gulf waters, almost 90. That's almost bath water back in 2010. So the question is, well, what happened with our hurricane season in 2010, especially with the water as warm as it was off our coast? 2010 was a pretty active season, but the only thing we saw that year was Bonnie, and it was just a tropical storm. It wasn't even a hurricane, and that was in late July of 2010. It moved northwest. It moved across the southern tip of Florida, across Miami, and then moved over toward the Louisiana coast. But that was the only system that impacted us locally that entire year, despite the fact that we had water temperatures warmer in 2010 than we do now. So although the water temperatures are above average and we'd like them to be cooler, it doesn't necessarily mean that a tropical storm or hurricane is going to come here, because 2010, all we saw was Bonnie, and that system was fairly weak overall. It's just really going to depend more on the wind currents as to whether or not something like that comes here. We certainly hope it does not, and we have a ways to go before the hurricane season's over. Well, I'll be with you tomorrow on another edition of Good Day Gulf Coast. I hope you tune in bright and early, and I look forward to seeing you then. Jason?
And those water temperatures are above average, not just locally, but throughout the Atlantic Basin, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea. So we'll see how that plays out with more favorable upper level winds for tropical development. It could be a very active year in the tropics, as we've been reporting. If we look at the 7-day forecast, our rain chances at 50% on Wednesday. They jump to 70% on Thursday. Real good rain chances this week. This weekend, the heat tries to come back some, and we'll see some scattered thunderstorms mixed in as we're getting closer and closer to July. Thanks for joining us for Next Weather.